Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Philip. I go by Nightmare6. I've been a game master of Palladium books, various settings from Rifts to Nightspawn, Nightbane, Heroes Unlimited, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Other Strangeness, After the Bomb, for as long as I can remember. So I figured it'd be fun to start doing videos, various character conversions, and what with the upcoming Marvel movie, I figured I'd start with Shang-Chi, who, as you can see here, this is an old profile from the Gamer's Handbook from the Marvel Universe, which was released by TSR back in the late 80s, early 90s. And that's what we're basing his stats off of. We are using a conversion that was created by a user named Cobalt that was posted online years back. Since then, I've made some minor tweaks to it, but overall, it's still relatively what he used to have up, if you can find it. So I already did some of the mathematics and stuff, but I'll walk you through it. So for Shang-Chi, I decided to make him an Ancient Master. So we're going to first start off with level. We're going to use his Karma as the basis for his level, which is 80, and we're going to divide that by the number of stats in Heroes Unlimited, which is 8, so you're going to get 10, so we're going to start him off at level 10. For hit points, it's your standard hit points. As a 10th level, we got 10d6, so I rolled a 45. As an Ancient Master, he gets 66 as a bonus, so we got 26. SDC, we're going by his character class, so we're going to give him 140 because of Ancient Master, and then he gets a bonus adjustment of 28. We're going to add in some skills, which in this case, we get 9 from Gymnastics, Boxing 14, Wrestling 17, Acrobatics 3, Shaolin Kung Fu 10, and then as a conversion character, we're going to add in his Physical Endurance 32. His PPE, very standard, 11 out of 66, plus the Ancient Master bonus, which is 1d6 per level, so that's 39. For his IQ, we're going to use that based off his Reason, which is good. Compare that against the chart, equal to 11 plus 1d4, so he rolled a 4, so it's a 15 intelligence. He gets a +1 modifier from his skills, in this case philosophy, and that's something from one of the Rifters books. Mental endurance, similar thing. Reason, intuition, we're going to add them together. 10 plus 30, that comes out to 40, and then we're going to divide that by 2, so that comes 20, that comes out to excellent, which starts us off at 16 plus 4, so we rolled a 2. Now from there, we're going to have optional +1 from meditation and philosophy, which again is from Rifters. We're going to add a +2 from Shaolin. Then going to mental affinity, we're going to calculate his intuition and psyche, add them together. Again, divide by 2. That's going to give us 35, which comes out to remarkable. So that's a 19 plus 1d6, which we rolled a 2. He gets a plus 2d4 bonus from Ancient Master, so it's a 6. And again, there's an optional from one of the Rifters where art gives you a one-time bonus of +1. So he does have 2 art skills, but because he already has a +1, he can't get it again. Physical strength, very simple. Pretty much physical strength is equal to strength, physical prowess is agility, and physical endurance is endurance. So starting with physical strength, we're just literally using his strength score and combining it checking it on the chart, and it tells us it's a 1d4 bonus to 16. Skill bonus wise, he gets a +2 from gymnastics, climbing, boxing, wrestling, and Shaolin Kung Fu, as well as a +1 from acrobatics. Physical prowess, same thing, compared, it's remarkable. So we get a 19 plus 1d6 result, add in a +1 from gymnastics, acrobatics, and Shaolin Kung Fu. Physical endurance, again, 19 plus 1d6 because of remarkable. And he gets a modifiers of +2 from climbing and gymnastics, a +1 from wrestling, acrobatics, and Shaolin. Physical beauty, what we're going to do there is we're going to combine endurance and agility. We're going to divide that by 2, and that's going to come out to 30, which again is remarkable. And in this case, we got a 19 plus 1d6, and we got a 3. So he's a handsome guy. So speed, we're combining endurance and agility, which unfortunately they're both 30, so there's really no need to even divide that because it's literally going to be 30. And then we're going to add in a 15 to represent the number of feet in an area in the Marvel games. So in this case, that 30 becomes a 45. And checking the chart, it comes out to 24 plus 1d6, in which case we rolled a 2. So he's not the greatest runner, but he's definitely a lot better than a normal person. So he's gonna lose all the initial bonuses of the Ancient Master, and he's only gonna get the bonuses from leveling. But at the same time, he's also gonna get the full level bonuses as if he was the 15th level master in the Shaolin Kung Fu. Since that's where all the base bonuses Ancient Masters start with. He's gonna get every single freaking bonus, every single power from that, but he'll get the Ancient Master bonuses from leveling. So going into skills, he doesn't have much skills here in the Marvel because it's like literally just like martial arts, fishing, philosophy, and that's like basics. But we do know stuff from the comics. Skill-wise, he's gonna start off as an Ancient Master. As the Ancient Master, he's just using the skill package. So we're giving him Mandarin and traditional Chinese for his native language. Secondary language that the Ancient Master gives, Cantonese and Simplified Chinese, make it simple. He's got the basics covered over in China. Like I said before, we're replacing the martial arts with Kung Fu. So he's got hand-to-hand Kung Fu, and there's an optional rule in Rifters where martial artists can get, I guess it's a ranged combat art. So in this case, the hand-to-hand Kung Fu would equal special forces. Then you also get your basic mathematics, your first aid, your biology. Ancient Masters get 2 art skills. So in this case, I chose Chinese calligraphy and painting. I'm going to specify that later more towards water brushes, but yeah. He also has boxing, wrestling, and climbing. And then for Ancient Masters, you get 2 physical and 2 domestic skills. So for those, I chose Prowl and Acrobatics because he was trained to be an assassin for his father. And he's very acrobatic, and as if you've ever read any comics with him. Plus also, again, Shang-Chi was created during the 70s. So it was the whole exploitation era of martial art films, and everyone's acrobatic and gymnastic in there. So domestic skills... Ancient Masters get 2, so he's got fishing and then bartering, which isn't normally a domestic skill in some settings in Palladium, but I did a revamp, so just an FYI, like a lot of skills may look different or sound different or give bonuses you're not used to, so just an FYI, these are based more on the system I'm using now. But in that system, bartering is a domestic skill, and if you've ever been to a Chinatown or been in Asia, there's a lot of bartering. So it just makes total sense as a survival skill for an Ancient Master. Secondary skills. Ancient Masters receive 1d4 plus 4 secondary skills starting. And in his case, I rolled level 7 as a starting skill, and I rolled 8 secondary skills. So I gave him English because he was stationed in England and eventually became an MI6 agent. He also has literacy in Middle Mandarin, which is an old court language around the 15th century, and he has been shown that he was able to read old Chinese documents, which makes sense considering who his father was. Gave him pilot automobile because he's got to drive. Wilderness survival, identify plants and fruits. He's lived in the wild, he's had wilderness training. There's no reason why he wouldn't have those. It makes total sense. Holistic medicine. Unfortunately, that takes 2 secondary skills because it's holistic medicine, and in this case, it's specialized in Chinese, so that burns up his 8 starting secondary skills. That being said, okay, as for secondary skills from leveling, I forgot to put it in there, so I'll put it in a moment, but it's research and meditation, as well as that's for 3rd level, and then for 6th level it's meditation enhanced plus lore, geomancy, and lines of power, which makes sense considering who his father was in the comics, Fu Manchu. And then for 9th level we gave him French language and literacy because he has been shown in the comics to have some knowledge of French language. Not the greatest, which makes sense for 9th level. For sub-skills, we gave him language, Luing Yang. That's from Shaolin, so it's one of the extra skills that you get from that martial art. Luing Yang itself is the dialect of Mandarin spoken in the Henan province, where Shaolin martial arts is trained. So that's like, we figure he was sequestered away from society while he's being trained, and that's the language that the trainers would have used. The martial arts also gives Taoism, as a philosophy, as well as the skill of gymnastics. And from gymnastics, we get sense of balance. Well, Here's the thing. He has gymnastics and acrobatics, so we're just figuring out the percentiles for the best one. So in this case, if I remember correctly, sense of balance and climb rope and backflip pretty much maxed out. So they're all at the 98% skill cap. Work parallel bars is from gymnastics. That gave him 87% total. Tightrope walking, 97%. He's 1% away. Oh, and he's also got pole vault. So that's it for skills. Okay, so for Shang-Chi's martial arts, like I said, we started him with Shaolin Kung Fu. He's got it maxed out as soon as he comes out of character creation at 7th level, but in this case he's 10th level. But he's got the skills of a 15th level Shaolin Kung Fu master. So because of that, he starts off with 8 attacks. That's from 7 from Shaolin plus 1 from boxing. So that's 8 attacks. He gets an additional +2 because of his level. And then he gets a +2 from Ancient Master to Initiative. He doesn't receive any other bonuses because he hasn't gotten any other bonuses from Kung Fu, unfortunately. So a standard by-the-book Ancient Master will have him beat on Initiative. For Strike, again, similar. I think they start at +5. So in his case, he starts at +4 because of the martial art by 15th level. But he also gets a +2 for his level as Ancient Master, which again is 10. He gets a +1 from Shaolin for boxing, which is really bad. Not for nothing. That's really, really bad. But he gets a +2 for boxing, so that's a +3, and he gets another +2 from Ancient Master. Again, by the book, Ancient Master is going to kick his ass on parrying and stuff, which makes sense. I mean, he's still young. He's got a way to go. Dodge, same thing, except for dodge, he only has a +1 to dodge from Ancient Master. And then he's got the +2 from boxing and +1 from Shaolin. He only gets a +1 to automatic dodge. He doesn't get the +4 bonus that Ancient Master gets, because unfortunately Shaolin does not give him automatic dodge, which kind of sucks. He also only gets a +1 automatic body flip throw. Again, that's from Ancient Master. He does get a +2 to damage from Shaolin, as well as the +10 from Ancient Master, so that's something at least. He only gets +3 to pull punch and disarm from Ancient Master. Unfortunately, Shaolin Kung Fu doesn't give him that, so that sucks. For +2 to grapples from wrestling. He gets a backflip and leap bonus of +4 from Shaolin. So his maintain balance, he gets a total of 7 from Shaolin, plus a +4 from acrobatics. Roll of punch, fall, and impact. He gets a +5 from Shaolin, +1 from Ancient Master, +2 from gymnastics, acrobatics, and wrestling, as well as a +1 from boxing. So he's going to get hit, but at least he can roll with the blows. Under special attacks and notes, he's got automatic knockout stun on natural 20. He's got critical strike from behind, death blow on natural 19. So you roll a natural 19 or 20 and it's declared, you do damage to the hit points. Critical strike on natural 18, knockout stun on natural 18. He's got, for attacks, he's got punch, he's got karate style punch, knife hand, palm strike, forearm strike, double knuckle fist, your standard karate kick, a snap kick, crescent kick, wheel kick, tripping leg hooks, jump kick, leap attack. Wrestling gives him body block and tackle, body flip and throw, and he has the different body holds. So not bad. I mean, it's something. And then, of course, martial arts, he has the Dragon Kata, where he can hold his attacks until one devastating attack at the end of the round, which is a critical strike, double damage. Unfortunately, during that time, he can only defend himself using automatic parries. From his martial art mastery, he has a total of 6 body, hardening, or specialty katas to choose from, and we'll go over that in a moment. All right, I'm back. I've added up everything, adjusted everything. So here's the final character. As you can see, he has 34 chi. It's equal to his PE. You got Trust Intimidate for 94%, Charm Impress 60%. He's got his pluses from his. These are all his attribute bonuses. He's definitely a lot stronger than he is in a Marvel Universe. With a 34 PS, he can carry 2.15 tons and lift 4.29 tons, which is way more than he can do in the comics. But then again, in the comics, he can also adjust his chi and tap into it to increase his strength, which he also has in this version because of the positive energy power from Ancient Masters. So in this case, he can increase his strength to supernatural strength, which will be even more weight that he can carry and lift. As for his Ancient Master, we gave him the Feigned Death ability as well as Cleansing Spirit, which is similar to something he does in the comics where he can meditate and purge his body of toxins. He also has all the weapon proficiencies here: blunt weapons, chained weapons, knife, paired weapons, sword, staff, because that's from Ancient Master, even though Shaolin normally doesn't give it. By himself, he has extraordinary strength, which is why his strength is so strong as far as carrying weights. And that's, again, from Ancient Master. We've got skills. These are all added up. Intelligence bonus added in. The one thing I will say is I added in swimming as an extra skill because he can swim in the comics. There's a whole storyline where it was him, Captain America, and I believe Falcon. They were on an oil rig, and he was fighting people. He was fighting a bunch of supervillains from AIM, the Hydra, Sinister Six, a whole bunch of them. And I think that was all because of the Secret Empire doing a weapons deal thing. We have Shaolin Kung Fu, which, 10 attacks total thanks to his level as well as mastery of martial art, Shaolin Kung Fu, and leveling. The only thing I haven't filled in are the damage, because in my game I use a punch table for people with extraordinary strength so they can do a little more damage than your standard punch. So I'll add that in later on the downloadable character sheet. You'll see. For his specialty katas, like I said, he gets 6 because of his level as well as mastery of martial arts. So he starts off the Dragon Kata, that's from the martial arts itself. And then we gave him Blind Man's Kata, Shagi, Shikung, Dam Samsing, Itsuki no Kata, Kenjeko, Sochi Gaiko, Kanshu, and the Yin Yang Kata. Now the difference is he has 2 extra katas, or he has 2 extra special powers in martial arts, because I decided not to give him the extra ability the Ancient Masters get, as well as the harnessing the positive energy that they can unleash a blast of heat and fire. So instead of giving him those as Ancient Master, I gave him 2 extra martial art powers instead. So the most important one is the Yin Yang Kata, which allows him to actually hurt supernatural creatures as well as spirits and even the invulnerable after a round of using the kata. He also has Qigong, which gives him an AR against melee attacks, weapons, arrows, bolts, thrown weapons, as well as fire attacks such as flamethrowers or energy blasts that are fire in nature. So that totally fits. And that costs 2 chi per round, which, some people might use PPE. Others will use chi, but he has 34 chi, so he can use it a lot, and then he also has 50 PPE. So either way, if you want to have him be able to tap into both, that's great, especially for him. Then we have range combat, which I mentioned before was from our Rifters. So that gives him bonuses to using firearms, even though he himself doesn't have any firearm skills, because we burned all his skills for just to make sure he's got everything else covered. That said, I think that is it for him. Yep, that's it. Oh yeah, you might see his ethnicity as Chinese and British. That's the thing in comics. His mother is actually a British woman who his father, Fu Manchu, enslaved, and he actually had a whole harem of women from different ethnicities around the world where he was trying to breed the ultimate heir. And so Shang-Chi is the result of one of those breeding copulations, whatever you want to call it. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, you can download this character sheet. I'll have it as a PDF as well as a Word document, so you can choose either one. Feel free to modify it. Feel free to change it up. If you have any suggestions on what you would have loved to see change, feel free to comment. If you like the video, please give me a like. If you dislike the video, please give me a like. And please give me some suggestions on other characters you would like to see converted to Heroes Unlimited. Yeah, until then, take care, have a good day, and see you later. Bye.
Who are you?